Joe.
I'm Eric Flores, and I'm here with co-host Malachi Nitchman, and you're tuned in on Quarantine Tings.
Our special guests we have today are Vincent, aka Vinny, a fellow member of AMPS fam.
Hi, hello.
Jacob, a fellow peer that is an AC.
What's good?
And Tariq, a good friend of ours that is also an AC.
Yo, what it do?
First question I'd like to know is just, how you guys doing? Because, I mean, we don't really get to see each other all the time, so, like, I can't physically tell if you're doing okay.
I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard, not being able to go outside and, go see your friends, see what they're doing. But I'm holding up good inside.
Mm-hmm. It's just been pretty boring. Nothing much to do. It's very just gotta kind of wait this whole thing out. And it's just kind of like time stops.
Yeah, felt that one.
Mm-hmm.
I could say I'm having a pretty decent time. I mean, I'm able to see a lot more of my family, spend a lot more time with them, especially like my dogs and stuff. Do a lot of stuff that I haven't been able to do with school, so I think it's okay. Like an opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, mine's been pretty good. I mean, got a hot tub now. Got like my whole backyard. I got new stuff in it. Cause just being at home. Even started a little farm. Got my chickens. Just good. Pretty good right now.
Mm.
Yeah, like what Tariq said with family, my auntie had actually came and visited last week, and we had a barbecue because she stayed for like 3 or 4 days, so it was pretty nice and relaxed. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I got to see my grandpa too. I mean, like, why not?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's get into it. We'll get into it. That was a nice start.
Right.
So, first question is, so this is before. This is pre-quarantine. Did you guys think it was really gonna get this big? Like, I know we had a couple jokes about it, like, oh, it's never gonna get to us. But I mean, everyone kind of did. Like,
Yeah.
especially with like media and everything, social media, all that. I never thought it would ever get straight to us. And you guys see that 100,000 deaths in the United States, I think now. If I'm correct, they just hit 100,000 deaths. Like, wouldn't have expected that.
Yeah, it really. You go.
So no, it's cool.
Alright, it really just caught me off guard. Like, I didn't really think much of it was real. Thought it is, like a little plague or something that's happening in China is never gonna get to me. But as we see now, we're all stuck in our homes, self-isolating, and it's just like I didn't expect it. It caught me off guard.
For sure.
I can definitely say it also caught me off guard. I mean, like, I thought it was gonna get big, but not like, but just like in China, I didn't think it'd spread globally. I could never really watch Batman again,
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, like, that's the thing. Like, now everyone's concerned with, like, everything with bats. Like, honestly, it could be literally, like, Batman. That's a great example. People, and, like, Corona, like, the beer.
The
Yeah.
brand.
So we
I
just
heard
stopped
people stop
buying
drinking
it.
that. Exactly.
Yep.
And they had to come out with a statement. Like, come on. Come on. Jacob, you have anything say about it? Or is it, like, kind of the same thing? 'Cause, I
It's
mean,
kinda
I bet we all
same.
kind of felt the
Yeah,
same.
but like I thought it would get big, but I didn't think like it would be like schools closing. We have to do like like online stuff. I didn't think it would go to this much of an extent.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, that happened real fast, I'll tell you that. I swear,
Yeah.
it was like speculations of, oh, we're gonna get out of school. Literally, like, the next day, it actually happened. I never expected it to happen.
Yeah.
All right. So another question we have is, do you think social distancing has changed the things you're able to do? Like, for example, going outside, grocery shopping, having fun, working out, or do you believe that it hasn't affected you personally that much?
Well, personally, it's affected me a good amount. It's been really hot, and usually you could go to the Y or go to a gym or something and swim, but that's shut down. And then if you don't have a mask, you can't enter a grocery store, and yeah.
Yeah, It just started getting hot too. Like, just got a hot tub because it was really cold. But now it's getting hot. But I mean, we could still turn down like the temperature. So I mean, it's fine.
Bro, got a hot tub without the hot.
I think it's called a pool. I mean, like for me at least, I'm really just in the house. Like normally, I would probably leave the house around like 7 or before 7 and get home like right before 7. Like I'd be gone like all day, Monday through Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I just chill. But now I'm in the house 24/7, so it's like it's been weird, I guess.
With me, it's mainly because I have like I had like a slight case of kind of an asthma thing, so I've just been like, my parents have been very like tedious on like, oh, you have to do this, or you just can't go
Yeah.
outside, or like
Yeah.
you're just unable to do these things. So I've just like, I have like limitations on like everything that I can do, and like it just gets so annoying, and it kind of just feels like I just can't do
Trapped.
anything. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a cage almost.
I felt
Mhm.
bad a little bit.
But I feel like it's a necessary precaution that we have to take, and like it's just like something that we're gonna have to deal with
Oh,
for
yeah,
however
yeah.
long, because
For
we
sure.
want to one day be outside. So it's like just something that we have to endure and just take for
I mean,
a good amount
going
of time.
back to what like Jacob said, like how much do you think like other like your family influences your decisions on going out? Because technically you could like go out for like a little while with a mask and everything, because they say you'll be fine. But like my parents, they don't let me go out even with the mask. Like really, the only time I go out is if I'm with my mom. Like if she'll ask me if I want to go out, like I'll never go out like pretty much without like someone.
Yeah.
I mean, like what else? What else? Are you guys like worried about like doing anything wrong during this time, or like you guys think it's just gonna
Kind
end up
of.
fine in the end?
I'm scared of going like going outside and people like and end up seeing people who aren't taking this as seriously and them actually having it and me getting sick from it.
Right.
That's like a kind of fear because it's just like for people just outright don't believe that it exists and they just refuse to accept the thing, and it's just it puts everyone else in danger around you, and it's just not good, and it just terrifies me.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen videos of people like getting like a group of people getting mad at like one person because they don't have a mask on, but like that's a good thing at least. Like normally that would be a bad thing if people would be like, "Oh, you're just pretty much discriminating them," but now it's like, "Oh, this is your fault." Which I mean, it's a good thing, I guess, that people are doing it at least, because some people are scared to speak up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The one thing that I could say that I'm. Oh, you want to go ahead?
Oh no, just go ahead. You
Yeah. The one thing that I'm mostly afraid of, is sort of like martial law just kind of coming back, like curfews and shit. Just sort of like, so like just sometimes being outside as like the whole military getting involved, because I've looked up and seen like a couple of military vehicles kind of hovering over. It's like a base or something. So yeah, that's definitely like one thing I can probably see either happening or it's like kind of a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of just trying to do what they can, though. You know what I mean? Like, but like, do you think like the government is like handling it properly? Because I mean, there's some things that they obviously could do better. But like, do you think they could change anything?
I feel like they have like a good awareness, and especially with like advertisements and stuff everyone's making, like so it's like, oh, be safe, we have like non like curbside or whatever, like pickup for food and stuff, but it's for like the government, they should do those like check things more, I feel, because for people who don't have the accessibility to have money and have clothes and have like food, they're just pretty much they're done for because they don't have stuff to protect themselves. They don't have the accessibility to be okay. And if they're in like a shelter home, someone in that shelter home probably has it, and it's just not good. So they need like more support for people in like
Yeah.
lower class.
No, yeah, I get it because like I've seen a lot of people like that aren't involved with the government, like small businesses and like
Mhm.
single-handedly people just giving out stuff and like I just saw a thing of a church, I forget where, but they were open for homeless people to sleep there. And like
Hmm.
although some people may think that's like a caution, like that's something that's bad because like one of them could have coronavirus, but like you got to think about it because if they're on the streets and they get it, they're really just spreading it out to everyone on the streets, and that just causes
Yeah.
it to get way worse.
Like what Eric said with the church and helping out like people that need it. Like I think it was a couple weeks ago. It was an African American lady, and I'm pretty sure she like works and helps with like the homeless. And she recorded herself, and she actually like had gloves on and a mask, and she was in the
Oh yeah, I
car.
saw
You
giving
saw
it
that, right?
to the homeless people.
Right, right.
Mm-hmm.
And then she was like, here's your food. Also use this hand sanitizer. She was just like,
Yeah.
just doing like her
Just
job
like
and whatever, even like
caring
in this
for them.
situation. Right.
Mm-hmm. And it's kind of crazy honestly because normally we don't ever see this.
Exactly.
So like it's been a good thing. It's almost been like better that this. I wouldn't say it's a good thing that happened, but like
Yeah.
some of the outcomes that are happening right now is really just bringing everyone together.
Right.
Yeah,
Like,
it's like people are just making it better for others that are less fortunate during like probably some of these people it's the worst time in their lives when they're living on the street where there's dangerous viruses going around and they don't have anywhere to hide. They don't have anywhere to self-isolate.
Uh huh.
So it's like it's like nice seeing that people are helping each other, you know?
right.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah, it's kind of crazy to see almost because like the bigger companies are just making so much profit now,
Yeah. Like
and
when people started like buying a bunch of toilet paper, and like cause like a whole shortage and everything, like Costco and stuff like that. It's just people kind of impulse buy it just to get some kind of like, I guess, protection from this thing, even though it doesn't like have any connection to it. Just because you have like
yeah,
toilet paper
exactly.
doesn't mean you're like cured from it.
I
So
don't see why that happened. That was I don't know. Hand sanitizer I understood, but like this whole toilet
yeah.
paper thing, like that was just way too blown out of proportion.
Somebody
And
want to.
I'm good.
No, go ahead, because I'm gonna ask a question, which will probably lead off. So just see what you can
Well,
say.
I was gonna say like when my family saw that people were going out to get toilet paper and there's a shortage, like we had to join in because if we didn't have toilet paper, it's like
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was almost
we
like a
had to do
domino
something.
effect. It just
Yeah,
kept
because
affecting more people.
Yeah.
as soon as one person does it, it's like, oh, so you're buying all the tissue. If there's no more left for me, then what will I do? So I'll buy some. Then it just keeps
Yeah.
on going until the next person will need
That's-
some, and the next, and the next, and stuff like that.
That was that's why it was just such a bad situation.
So what I wanted to ask was, how has school changed, like, due to quarantine and social distancing for you guys in your classes? Like, do you have to take online like classes, like be in there as if you're in regular class, or like just assignments? And are you worried about failing, or do you believe you're doing okay?
I mean, for me, it's like I liked getting help from teachers and teachers being there to help, but now that you have so much time, you just have time to procrastinate and say,
Right.
"Oh, I can do this tomorrow."
Play
But,
video
like,
games. I know we
yeah,
all do it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
We
Like
are all-
you can see us now. We're all just playing video games, and I know we haven't done 100% of our work. Like
Mhm.
it's just like
Amen.
I feel like I just
Preach.
it just we need that help from a teacher. Like a teacher
Yeah.
actually really helps you learn and
Kind of keeps you on
Stuff like
track
that.
and stuff.
Yeah.
yeah. That's why I'm grateful for teachers because I mean it's just like they're helpful. They help me when I'm struggling or something. You could go someone to ask, and emailing just it isn't the same.
Yeah, I mean, a
Right.
bigger question for, especially for Jacob and Tyreek, because they're in AC. I know we get like a bunch of time with our teachers because we're in a small school. I mean, I kind of just want to know how it is in a bigger school like that.
It's not really that much different, honestly. there is like I don't even know how to put it, but it's not exactly like that much different from just a small school. It's kind of the same. There's like any like drastic changes for like the amount of kids that we have. It's sort of just like yeah, we got this work. We have like the occasional like office hours that we gotta go to,
Okay.
but I don't think it's really causing any issues.
That's a good thing though.
For me, my teachers, they don't like talk at all, so they just send a bunch of work. And so I just get like a bunch of just busy work and like stuff you can do like fast and stuff like that, but it's just like so much that I just don't know how to start and how to like do it. So that's like a main problem with me. But like everything else with the assignments and talking to my teachers, it's not the same, like Vinny said, but it can get it done, and you just gotta do the assignments. There's no like real office hours; those are all like optional. But just once you get like the assignments done, then you're fine.
Yeah, I think it's the hardest to like learn new stuff, really.
Yeah. For like math and chemistry and stuff, I don't like learning from like a computer. I like having someone like walk me through it, so I like fully understand what I'm trying to like do. But, yeah.
I mean, like, what about the relationships with your friends? Like, because I know we talk a lot, especially because of video games. Like, that's one main thing that brings us all together, like, every day at least. But, like, I know for, like, other friends, like, some friends that, for me at least, like, I don't talk to some people in some of my classes. But, like, it's not that our friendship is, like, ruined. It's just, like, I never really thought of contacting them at, like, a time like this.
I mean, yeah, I've talked to some of my classmates. Because I'm in a few group chats with some of my classmates. So we have like the occasional conversation. It's not really like about like this whole pandemic thing, but it's still good to just like keep in touch with each other every once in a while at least. Just like see how each other's doing.
But I mean, at the same time, some people I actually can't contact them. Like, I don't have a way to like talk to them.
Like you only talk to them in class. You didn't have like their number.
Yeah, especially from like my programs. That like I would see them like every day, like twice a week. I mean, I don't contact them now.
Well, I mean, you never know. You probably didn't want to talk to them in the first place, so.
I know. I mean, some people are cool. I mean, it was kind of weird to get to know them at first, but I mean, like, literally now that I got to know them, I mean, they're actually cool. So like, I don't mind talking to them, but I never be like, oh, what's your number? Right. I never just came up to them like, oh, just in case quarantine happens, what's your number? And that never just occurred.
For you guys, has the virus like affected you personally, like with family? Because for me, my dad, he's an EMT, so he's told me that he's actually worked with patients, like, you know, hands-on and stuff, and he has to wear like a whole bodysuit and everything. So
that's scary. That's
like,
scary.
has you worked with patients that have had it? Like,
yes,
have had the actual?
Have it. I forgot what it was
terrifying.
called, but it's like a full body mask he has to wear, and then
pretty much like a hazmat suit.
Yes,
like
that's what it was called. I just couldn't remember.
And the thing is, even if they think they have it, they have to take that precaution.
Exactly.
And like, even someone that they don't think has it could have it. Like that's so scary to me.
Like, I could have it, but I mean, chances are low.
We won't.
I mean, we don't
Like,
know.
But never zero, I guess.
Facts. Man. Yeah, so like
sometimes the symptoms don't show for people who aren't at like a higher risk, like if you don't have asthma or pre-existing
and
you know,
and
like medical
Donovan
issues.
Mitchell, he was asymptomatic, and so like he could have gave it to other people if he would have never got tested before. He would have gave it to other people, and they would have been like, oh, how did I get it? And they wouldn't have been able to track it because he never showed symptoms of having it in the first place.
Yeah.
That's like the scariest thing, just not knowing and like kind of being in the dark about it. It's like you just don't know. It's just
that's always
scary.
The scariest thing in life, though, is just not knowing.
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys know anyone that has it? I personally don't. I mean, I hope I don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I have this this friend that I found playing a game called Apex Legends. he actually got it from his dad, who was like a doctor, and he was like on a visit in Europe, and I guess he got it and brought it home to his son. Like, and it was in the very early stages, and he was like, my friend was just breaking down all the stories, like how everything's different, how he can't even leave his room without like permission from like his mom, his sister, his dad. Like he can't. He feels like he has everything stripped away from him.
Yeah. Wait, how'd you met him? Like just like a random person?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, just a random person. I was just playing Apex and we won a game, and he was like, "Can you friend me?" And it's crazy. He's like 10 years old, so
Wow.
it's weird because he's a younger person.
Yeah.
And it's like we were like taught that it's older people, because it is the majority older people, but it just shows that you always still have to be precautious.
yeah, that's just. I mean, my prayers are out to him because like no matter what, like a friend of my friend is technically my friend, or my friend, a friend of my friend. Yeah, is my friend.
Yes.
Like, because I mean, obviously, if my friend is able to trust someone, why shouldn't I? Because I trust you guys.
Just something
Well, I
like
mean, whoa. What were you gonna say there, Tariq?
I don't know. I was making a slight quote. That's all this is. Let's go on.
no, so this
Jacob,
is like
were you gonna say anything?
I was gonna say like because my grandma she's getting kind of old, and she has like she literally is like unable to leave her house. She has to get one of my uncles to live with her so he can like know if she's okay and go get her groceries, go like basically to get her stuff so she could live. But she's like just housebound because we don't want anything happening to her. And we're just being super protective. But I'm glad we're doing that, but I'm also like not, because that kid that Vinny met, like you have everything stripped away. You have no like choice in anything anymore.
You have to rely on others. Like, you can't do anything for yourself.
That's
like,
a big part of this time.
Like,
really
vulnerability. Like, I also feel vulnerable because, like, if I get it, there's nothing I could do. Like, I literally, there is nothing I can't just take a pill and it'll go away. It's like, that's the scariest part, because we're all just vulnerable to it, and if we get it, like, there's not much we could really do.
Yeah, except just hope.
Just hope.
That's like the best thing we can really do right now.
Yeah, that's what watching Star Wars always taught me. I always got to remain being hopeful.
Well, that didn't get people far, did
Hope
it?
has been lit. Okay.
It got people.
Hope goes a long way.
Yeah,
as long as there's people not trying to destroy it. But I mean, who could really be trying to destroy the hope of everyone right now? Except the coronavirus. Like that's the main thing, trying to just destroy everything. Not to say that it's fault, but like, just sucks, really. I mean, you guys have any questions? Like, I know me and Malik have asked a lot. Like, I know you guys might have some things on your mind that you might just want to say.
Yeah. So like, what's been like the main thing getting you through all this? Like,
of course, like family, friends.
Yeah.
Video games, like just to pass the time.
Something that I'm wanting to do. Oh, my bad.
No, you got it. You go.
Something that I've wanted to be able to do is like work out, like especially like during school. But it's like it's hard because I have sports. Then I would have to go home and work out. And then I would have homework to do. And shower or whatever. But like now during quarantine, I can just work out, and like I'll have enough time to do it, and I will still have time to do my work because I have so many hours and such. And yeah,
gonna come out a bodybuilder.
Man, glow up.
See, like stuff like this, like we look for the light in things. That's like being hopeful that one day we can like come out and like
Yeah.
It feels kind of like in this, like when we're talking as friends and we're playing games and we're doing that, it feels like an escape where we're just having fun and
Most
we're
definitely.
we're just able to be us and just have fun and not think about everything, and
We're just so in the
live in,
moment that
yeah,
like we
live
don't
in
have
the
to think
moment.
about anything else. But
Hmm.
like we know that either way, like just how we were talking about earlier, it's still scary once you start
Yeah.
thinking about it. Like how we're talking about right now, it's like your mind can just endlessly wander about what could happen,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
and that's a scary thing to think about sometimes.
Yeah.
Because like I don't know, like let's say if I didn't have video games, for example, and like talking to you guys, like I could
Hmm.
watch shows for a while, but I feel like just talking to people, it just like
Hmm.
helps, not like keep me sane, but it's just like I don't know, it's just like
Brings you
like a
back down to earth.
right,
Hmm.
just makes it feel
To
like
humanity, to humanity.
man, it just feels nice, like it just feels good to do.
Because it feels like
Yeah,
you could just drift away at any time, and this is something that, we could do to bring us together without being together.
It's a
but like
very
think about
good
it. Think about it.
stress reliever.
Like how it was in the past. People couldn't just if a plague happened, they like you couldn't do something like we're doing right now. This
Hmm.
is something that happens that could only
Like,
really happen right now. This wasn't
yeah,
possible
you would like in
20
those
years
times.
ago.
All you have to do is pray and live and just be with your family.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and some people
It's,
still went out and that it's just
mhm.
it wasn't you weren't able to communicate so far sometimes. Like
Mm.
something would spread so fast and people would just be in sheer panic mode. But now at least we have social media which helps, but sometimes it really hurts us because if you
Yeah.
see how like people are using pictures and stuff and like it's almost like propaganda. They're just making you just make it seem a certain way, and that's the worst part about it sometimes.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, do you guys think it's at its peak though? That's a good question.
Oh no, I definitely don't.
Ooh.
Especially
How much
like
longer do you
now.
think then?
I think, oof.
See,
I
I don't. Oh, go continue. Sorry, I cut you
I
off.
sorry, I just don't. I just don't know. I don't think it's definitely not stopping anytime soon, and it's definitely not. It's not gonna.
Yeah.
I think it'll last maybe like I think 3 or 4 months.
Oh, I thought you
I
was about
think
to say
because
years. Like,
the
jeez.
years,
I
that's scary if I
I
think
don't want to
years.
lose graduation, bruh.
Bro,
That
it's just
hurts.
because we don't know. We don't know if this is working. We don't know if they're working on a cure. We don't know if they're doing stuff to stop this. We don't know if it's working. We don't know if anything's happening other than just what we know now. It's just I don't see it dying down though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Vinny, you're
about
gonna say
See,
something?
so it's like thinking about into the future. Like, it's scary to think about 3 or 4 years, but like, what if it
uh,
does?
oh,
Like,
Yeah,
just having to think about that,
that's what I'm
having
talking
to
about.
just
The what
like,
if?
Like and even like as if like a possibility.
yeah,
It's
like there's a
just
possibility this could be for the rest of our generation. We don't know. It
oh
could
my
literally
god.
like, but it sucks thinking about it that way. Like you
Yeah.
want to
Mm-hmm.
have hope that
yeah.
it'll end in 3 or 4 months, but
Mm,
it's hard because like we're left out in the
Uh,
open. We don't know if they've found a cure, but it's harmful to a human in a different way. Like, they could have done that, and we couldn't have known.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Like maybe they found something, but then it also has its negative effects on the body.
oh.
like about a cure. This is what my dad told me, but this is like he doesn't like. It's not 100%. It's just what he thinks. But he
Mhm.
thinks that coronavirus like might stay and might be like a seasonal thing, like the flu. But people will like just like the flu get like shots for it, like for you not to get it.
Vaccines.
Yeah, for you not to get it. It's not a cure, but like just a preventive
Hmm.
from you getting it.
Yeah, but see, like,
Yeah, but that's. Oh, go ahead.
uh, I actually kind of researched this, but like all viruses kind of gotta die at some point. So I don't think it'll be here forever. Probably it can be here for like an extended period of time. But
Hmm.
all viruses kind of die at some point, as long as they can't travel like host to host. Of course, it's doing that right now, but as long as like 100% all of us stays like under this whole lockdown thing, which I really doubt. The virus can't die just like that. Like what? Like a few hours or two, few hours I think I don't know. I don't exactly remember, but I don't know. If we just follow this protocol long enough, I think things can just go back to normal. It's
Okay.
just a matter of like all of us working together.
But correct me if I'm wrong, but like no one has got it twice, right?
I mean,
What?
I
heard
haven't.
of it.
I haven't heard of anyone getting it twice. So like, I mean, that's a good thing right now. But if people are able to, that's once one person gets it twice, that's where I think things might be a little bit more concerning.
Yeah.
But
Wait,
like,
what do you mean by like getting it twice?
Like say you know someone that has coronavirus, then they were I wouldn't say cured, but it went away, right?
They recovered from it.
Yeah, they recovered, and then they got it a second time. You following?
Yeah. I
So like the
understand.
thing kind of so the virus adapts to what it previously was
messed up.
killed by.
Yeah, that hasn't
Yeah.
happened.
Yeah. Okay. That would, because then no one solution could solve it all. Then we'd have to keep on making newer and newer.
Yeah, that's how it is with some viruses too. Like they'll change.
Hasn't it changed before? Like I could have like during a baseball game, I remember my friends talking about it changing, or like
It might have,
mutating,
honestly.
like it mutating.
Yeah, we don't know. That's just, oh man.
I mean, that's just what I heard. I don't know if it was messing around or whatever, but that's what they were saying.
Mhm.
But yeah, like with going like, whoa, whenever it's like lifted or whatever, like, do you see
If it
yourself?
is.
Yeah, do you see yourself like going outside like soon after it's lifted, or do you think do you think you'll like wait a little bit longer just to stay in the,
I mean, I'd want to wait, but also,
Mm-hmm.
that hey, they lifted the lockdown ban, and we get to go outside, and you go outside, and there's another massive surge in coronavirus cases.
Right.
Mhm.
It's
Second
like
wave.
that's what I fear.
Yeah, I would like kind of like a second wave of it. I would want to like have a kind of grace period where I would still stick to the rules and wait for things to die down a bit, but then eventually I would want to like go outside and stuff, but just not like immediately after like the day or around like the week.
Um,
Yeah.
I'd like to take some like just take some precaution for us. Like I don't know if I'm that ready yet.
Mhm. I mean, what do you
Like,
think
it
about
might
the people
take
saying
sure.
they're gonna leave right after? Because who hasn't seen someone say, "I can't wait for this quarantine to be gone. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
Like-
doing everything."
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Like we finna go
Parties.
be pushing a mission or something. It's like,
yeah.
you know,
Straight adventures.
Uh-huh. Like, what do you guys think of them though? Like,
I
do you think
I
they're being
mean,
selfish?
No.
no, they just wanna find like a better way to see the light at the end. That's all they want to know. Like eventually this will be over, and we can go back to how things were. But it's the case is that it's not gonna be the same. It's gonna this is gonna be like on people's minds again if this becomes like seasonal. It's always gonna be on people's minds like just a simple cough. You're gonna be like, oh, he might have the corona. I might get it just from being next to the person.
Yeah.
So
Be
it's
paranoid.
just kind of you kind of just have to keep it on your mind and just take precautions to try and avoid it.
Mm-hmm. That's a good thing. Well, I mean, like, but at the same time, like, what do you guys think? Like, for you, like, have you learned something new, or do you like miss doing something? Because I know, like, how Malachi said his sports, but now he works out more. Like, do you guys see something like that happening with yourself?
I mean, I don't really know. I feel like there hasn't been too many, positive outcomes of, staying at home. Not being able to see your friends. Like, right before all this quarantine stuff, we were going on, like, every Friday after school, we'd go play basketball at Grove Park and, have big games, 5-on-5s and stuff. And now it's just like, we can't do that. So it's just like, that was something I did to occupy my time. And now that everything's like shut down, can't really do that.
Yeah, I was just about to join you guys too. Like, literally, I was trying to that Friday that school got canceled.
And then,
That was
yeah.
crazy.
But like, are you guys enjoying your quarantine? Like, just like overall and in general, like you personally, like, do you think it's like taking away a lot of fun you're having, or like you finding a way to just
I
No,
be
mean,
happy, but like besides video games and stuff, you know what I mean?
I feel kind of. I mean, yes and no. Kind of. It's like, yeah, I'm finding like happiness in like being with family more and
Mm,
just talking with you guys and just doing and like working out and stuff and just doing stuff to better myself while I can't go out and stuff. But like, also it's just kind of like I'm in a bubble and I just
Mm-hmm.
but I want to get out, but I also don't want to be sick by it, and it's I'm just focusing mainly on the better parts of it, so I don't feel as down about what's really happening. But it's always gonna be on my mind, and I'm not gonna like ignore it just because I don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
alright. But so like going off of like what I just said with having fun, like what do you think about like summer plans? Like, did you guys have anywhere to travel or like getting a
I
job,
mean,
finding out how to
we 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 have like that thing, the junior years plan,
right? Yeah,
like
we do.
Yeah.
going
Yeah.
somewhere over summer.
Mm-hmm.
But like, what if this lasts that long and we can't do that? Then it will like affect something that we had planned.
I'm
You know,
confident, Doug. I'm confident that I don't think it'll last till junior year.
I
So
mean, we
so
don't
it's
know. That's the thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we don't know, but I think the best thing here is like be patient and have faith. I'm not, and I,
Yeah.
Mm,
and not just saying, not saying about worst case scenario like, oh, I won't be able to do this, or I won't be able to do that. I would just lay back and just I would say see what happens because it's kind of like uh, I can't really say this without cursing, but just like
We don't want to
I just
seem.
chillax, my guy. I would
Yeah.
take too
Yeah.
much of
Okay.
it.
Okay. Fair enough. I mean, that's. We just gotta really just wait and see what happens. We can't predict the future yet, so
yeah.
guess we'll
Yeah.
just have to see.
You just have to like, I guess, just pray. I mean, if you believe in it, of course, and just hope.
I mean, any final thoughts? I think we're reaching our time. Might even be a little over. I really lost track. I got pretty into this.
yeah, and it's like this podcast. It gives me hope that like one day we could actually talk to each other in like real life, like face to face. And it's like stuff like this. If we did this for like YouTube or something, YouTube has been an
Yeah.
outlet for me to, escape from reality and like be able to just relax in my room and not have to
Watch a
deal
bunch
with
of-
any coronavirus
I've
stuff.
watched a bunch of Patty Mayo. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Bounty
Yeah.
Hunter D2. Oh, them dudes.
And some what it do flight crew type beat, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
Yeah.
So that's,
inspirational, man.
Well, is that everyone's final thoughts?
well, I just hope this all gets better soon as possible.
Screw all them bros that ate the bat. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh. Okay.
Dang.
We go edit that out.
Whew.
Bloopers.
Well,
That's the
the last
end
thing
of
I
our
gotta say,
podcast.
yeah, last thing I gotta say is thank you for having me here. Love to come back for another episode of Quarantine Tings.
We
Yeah.
getting paid for this?
Okay.
Yeah, where's my check?
I'm getting paid for this feature, dog.
I mean, well, you
Time
guys have
is
any
money.
questions or recommended topics that are watching this podcast? Let us know. We
Well,
out.
hopefully, Eric and Malachi make this into a real thing, and hopefully you guys will tune in to the next episode if they ever make
Why don't
one.
y'all just make it to a real thing? Why does it have to be just those two?
We'll
Because-
see.
Because they started
We'll
it.
see. We'll see.
And,
see.
yeah,
We're the
technically the
guests right
teacher
now.
started it, but like,
Oh,
I mean,
We
We've
could
had this
either
idea. You cannot say we have not talked about this before.
we
have
can
we talked about this
expand.
before?
Yeah.
You can expand.
All right.
well, see y'all later.
That